Hey everybody, it's Brian back with you, functional aging specialist, personal trainer, and Z-Health movement coach. And I'm excited today to bring you more of our favorite neuro stacks. So neuro, short for neurology. Basically we do a lot looking through the lens of applied functional neurology and then how that impacts movement. And we find that we get better results that way, so we keep working on it. So one thing that we talk a lot about is testing and retesting. So for every input that we give the brain and the central nervous system, we want to retest and then evaluate, okay, did that make me better or did it make me worse? Common drill that we do in warm-up and kind of as a reset for the nervous system is light bouncing. So I'll show you what that looks like. First we would test, so maybe doing like a toe touch today and I reach down and I get an idea with my knees locked how far I can reach. And then I know if we improve on that range of motion that we changed my flexor extensor tone and muscle synergies. And so if those synergies improve in a positive way, I'll get more range of motion, and if they improve in a negative, not so good way, I would get less range of motion. So we're going to go into the bouncing drill next, and maybe you've tested a shoulder range of motion or the toe touch forward bend that I just did, something that's pain-free and comfortable for you at home. And then we're going to bounce a little bit. So if you're uncertain about your balance on the ball of foot, you might want to hold on to countertop, wall, stable object, and then just give yourself that kind of safety mechanism as you start this drill. If it's new to you, if you've done it before, go ahead and rock out your bouncing. So we're going to be on ball of foot, the heels are up off the floor, and I'm giving organ in my inner ear called the saccule some nice vertical stimulus. So in Z-Health, they talk about that as the elevator organ or the up and down organ. Tells you linear acceleration, vertical accelerations going up and down. So getting some stimulus there might actually change your flexor extensor tone. And it sounds crazy, but just 10, maybe 20 seconds, 30 seconds of bouncing can actually change flexor extensor tightness or tone in the body. So I'm going to go ahead and then reassess, and for me, I'm getting down a little bit farther. So the neuro stack that we're going to do today, full disclosure, I'm a former basketball player, so I love the up and down motion, and my brain feels very comfortable and safe with that motion. So up and down tends to be a good one for me, and if that's the same for you, then we're going to give you some stacks that you can do. So in this stack, I'm going to bounce while I'm doing elbow circles. So if you've worked with us, you know we do a lot of circular, maybe figure eight, some complex nonlinear movement patterns, and those are really good inputs a lot of times for the central nervous system, especially if we know what joint to work on, what side to work on, we can get really specific with it. But just for general today, because I haven't done assessments necessarily with you personally, we're going to go ahead and go into our bouncing again, staying long and tall. And we're going to go through a bilateral or a double-sided elbow circle. So we're going to come around, hands go around the elbow, and I'm making sure that I'm rotating palm up to palm down. So I want to pronate, supinate in the forearm there as I extend the elbow. So both sides we're going through. You can pick a tempo or a pace that works for you, go the other direction. And after doing a few clockwise, counterclockwise, I'm going to go ahead and reassess, see what happened with muscle tone in the body. And so as I come into that, it's actually a little bit more comfortable and a little bit fuller range of motion and flexion. So started out tip of the finger on the ground as a comfortable range. Now I'm knuckles on the ground as a comfortable range of motion. So good output for me from the input of bouncing with elbow circles. Hope the same was true for you. If you don't work with us and you're curious about learning more about this stuff, just reach out. We do apply those joint circles to a lot of different joints in the body, so it's not just the elbows. I just want to let you know that as well. So we're going to go back to bouncing. This time we're going to work on a lower body movement. So what I want you to work on is an ankle circle. Because we would need to be bouncing on a single leg in order to do an ankle circle, and that's kind of an advanced progression of this movement, we're going to, instead of doing them at the same time, do this and then that. So it'd be called temporal summation. or basically we're still giving your nervous system both stimuli, both inputs, but we're going to do one and then do the other one immediately after. We want it within like 5 seconds of one stimulus following the next. So now that I've done 20 seconds or so of bouncing, I'm then going to go into an ankle circle. So I'm staying long and tall through the spine and circling through that ankle joint. Again, we could go knee, we could go hip, a lot of different options here, right versus left. And so I'm going to reassess. And now I'm almost getting my whole palm on the floor. So I know that was a good input as well, and created, again, some nice postural muscle tone change. And these drills, if they work well for you, practice them consistently. Your brain will thank you, your nervous system will thank you. If they didn't make you better, just comment. We can come up with some ideas with you on how to improve or change the input so that we can get a better output. Guys, thanks for checking out another one of our top neuro stacks. We're going to come at you soon with another one where we actually do something kind of cool with the visual system too. Thanks.